Really happy that you could make it. I'm sure you have a very busy schedule. I hear about clinics, I hear about an upcoming tournament, and I'm sure you have also at least people who have traveled from Sweden that you also have some sort of jet lag. So very happy that you could find some time in your calendars to come and see us. I'm joined here by Nicholas, he's not only our cameraman, he's a jack of all trades, and Nikita, also a colleague working on Sweden promotion, and Jubaida, whom you met when you came in. My name is Anders Sjöberg, and I've been Swedish ambassador to Singapore since 2023. And this year we mark a milestone in our relations. We have had diplomatic relations with Singapore almost since the birth of this beautiful country. We started our diplomatic relations in 1966, and before you leave, you can pick up one of these commemorative pins that you will find over there, marking the 60 years of our diplomatic relations. I often get questions about this beautiful building. We have had it for the past probably 40 years plus. We were very fortunate. We bought it from the Canadians. They didn't want it. They moved somewhere else, so we could purchase this house. And as many of you know, property prices in Singapore, they just go up and up and up. So we're very happy that this building is owned by the Swedish Property Board's Fastighetsverket. Sweden and Singapore, I mentioned, we have very strong relations. And one of the key reasons why we have such a strong footprint here is that there are a lot of businesses that are concentrated here. So around 300 Swedish companies, I would say most of the big, well-known multinational Swedish companies have presence here in Singapore. And they, of course, hello, welcome. And apart from doing business with Singapore, they also use Singapore as a stepping stone for the rest of the region, for the Asian Pacific region. Singapore is a very safe place. It has an extremely good business climate. It's not corrupt, so it's a very good location for. That's why many companies have decided to settle here. IKEA opened its first store here already in 1978, so they have had a very strong footprint here. If you look at other milestones, we have been working a lot with the Singapore defense people. So we had trained all the first submarine force here in Singapore was trained in the city of Karlskrona in Sweden, and they arrived there apparently early April, and some of them stayed for 7 years. And sometimes it was quite a hardship for them because it was quite cold and windy compared to Singapore. We have also a lot of student collaboration. So there are around 450 students traveling in each direction every semester. Singapore is a very popular student destination for Swedes and vice versa. Coming to sport, we have also a lot of relation. I think very much thanks to the brothers here for having brought, and this has become almost our favorite line when we talk about our Swedish and Singaporean relations, who brought floorball to Singapore.
Like a bridge.
Yeah, and what I learned the other day is that your father worked for Singapore Airlines, so that was sort of one of the connections. Why, otherwise, maybe you had ended up somewhere else, but this was an obvious connection. So now this has been since many years. I understand it's part of the curriculum here, and I met 2 of the national team players here just now, and you are very much part of this story and of floorball being one of the national sports here in Singapore, as it is in Sweden. So when we had our Majesty the King here for the first state visit ever, he actually mentioned floorball in his speech at the state banquet. So you are in the history books. We have also, I didn't have a chance, but we had Truls Møregård, the table tennis player. He was here a few months ago for Smash Singapore, and one of my team members had not a full round, but he had the opportunity to play a little bit with Truls, so also very important. And then we have had a swimming team here, and just when I arrived in 2023, we had the Swedish floorball, Swedish team here for the World Cup in floorball, and I invited them here, as I have done with you. And then they said, by the way, we will give you a ticket, okay? So, and I looked at the ticket, it was for the final, and the tournament hadn't even started. So I said, so I asked, so what do you mean? I mean, it's for the final, how can it, well, you will see us in the final, they said. So that was, which we did. So we went there, and then they were playing against Finland. And after like 10 minutes, Sweden were leading with 7-0. And so we said, this is going to be a walk in the park. But 10 minutes later, it was 7-6. So they hardly met. Sweden won, but it was a very, very small margin, I think 1 or 2 goals. So, yeah, that's a little bit about Sweden and Singapore. We will now have a meal together, and our Singaporean friends will have to excuse us, but we felt that since we have so many players from Sweden, we thought maybe we should prepare a little bit of have an Asian flavor to this evening. So there will be Asian food prepared by our master chef Mona. She's busy in the kitchen, but she's been working intensively here. And I told her that there will probably be big young sportsmen coming here, so you have to prepare a lot of food. So I hope it will be enough. I'm sure it will be enough, but take the opportunity to taste some interesting Asian dishes. And I wish you very warm welcome again, and I wish you truly successful week of clinics, of tournaments, the All-Star Night, which I will also have the opportunity to attend, and many, many more things. So, cheers and welcome.
Thank you. Cheers. Skål. Skål.
Skål.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Tack.